Okay, so now we move on to Bijoya Baruah ji. Her paper is also a paper covering historicity of the tradition. Professor Bijoya Baruah has been a very regular presenter in all our conferences, in all the three traditions, conferences on all the three traditions she presented on Shaivism, on Vaishnavism, now Shaktism. The historicity of Shaktism and Tantric tradition of Kamrupa, ancient Assam, the belief and practices in the present society.
Om Asatuma Sadgamaya Tamahuma Jyotigamaya Mitruma Amritu Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ভাৰতৰ পূব প্ৰান্তত অৱস্থিত অসমৰ মহাপুৰুষ শ্ৰীমন্ত শংকৰদেৱ বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ অধ্যাপিকা বিজয়া বৰুৱাই আজিৰ এই সভাগৃহত বৌদ্ধিক অনুষ্ঠান ইণ্ডিকাৰ দ্বাৰা অনুষ্ঠিত আলোচনা চক্ৰত উপস্থিত বিদ্বান আৰু বিদুষী সকললৈকে মই আন্তৰিক শ্ৰদ্ধা জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ। Now I am going to my research topic. The research topic is my historicity of the Kamrup, ancient Assam, and its present belief in present society. Before going to my paper, actually, though time is short, then I'm going to give a few concept clearance regarding Shaktism and Tantricism for clarification of the philosophical reflection of my paper. The word Shakti comes from Shak, S-H-A-K, Shak, to be able to have power. If the power is not visible, it is latent. The Aida Shakti, primordial energy, the diverse energy, as expounded in the Shakta branch of the Hindu religion. Shakta is the worshipper, the devotee, the knower of the Shakti, believe that the real nature of Shakti is beyond speech, description, and conception. They identify Shakti with Brahman absolute. The aspect of Shiva, Kam, Shakti represents a dual concept of being of power. That is Ardhanarishwar. The image of Shiva and Shakti, shown as an androgyne figure, illustrates the equality and indispensability of the two. The cremation ground, which is one of the big high place of Shakti worshipper. In Kamakhya, there is a cremation space. On that cremation space, after, you already know about Amoti, after Ambubasi, the devotee believed that the energy of Kamaikha increase. So that next day, the puja celebrates would be happen in tantric celebration in the cremation field. The cremation ground, which is one of the high places in the place of the Shakti worshipper, it is a symbol of the cosmic dissolution. Cosmic dissolution. The Shakta is meditating in its sacred ground. The image of Mahakali dancing on the sacred soil of the cremation ground over the white-breasted Shiva. The goddess under this aspect called Kali, because she devas Kala, that is time. How her own dark form, the color of Kali, her own dark form is the void, Shunya, Mahahunya. The Digambari, she is naked, and the nakedness in space itself. The series of universe appear and disappear with the opening and shutting of her eyes. The mother's play on this cosmic manifestation is a continual process of creation, manifestation, and dissolution, usually symbolized by the Hindu Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. She is standing on the white breast of Shiva because Shiva is the transcendental aspect of consciousness. She and he are the twin aspects of the same. The garland of skull hanging around the neck of Kali, this is called Varnamata, 51 number. According to some Shaktas, represents the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. According to others devotees, they signify supreme knowledge. The word Tantra usually linked with the Shakti cult. Over the period, Tantra became associated with Shakti, or the divine creative energy, as the method of the conquered transcendental power. It is now considered a part of yogic rituals and achieve supernatural goal. The term Tantra in Sanskrit means warp wave. In Hinduism, it denotes any symbolic, broadly applicable text, theory, or system. In Hinduism, Tantra pervades the theistic tradition of Shaivism, Shaktism, and Vaishnavism also. The purpose of Tantrism is a pursuit for those who want to attain spiritual perfection in a magical control. One can achieve complete control of oneself, all the forces of nature attain an union with the cosmos of the divine. One has to go through rigorous training to master this method. Yoga, mudra, mantra, words, or face, mandals, and jantras, which are symbolic diagram of the forces at work in the universe, or are method and of meditation. It is a synthesis doctrine approached by sex. Prakriti and Purusha are the foundation of Tantrism. The Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain are the three schools of Tantrism. The period 18th to 14th century is called as Tantric Age due to massive rise in Tantric tradition through the Indian subcontinent. Now I go to my paper, main part of the paper. The tradition of religion is a socio-cultural phenomenon. So it is complete, it is complex as it is paradoxical. Religion has played one of the most significant parts to formulate the socio-cultural life of a society. In India, especially in Northeast region, proceeds with different kinds of religious tradition. One religious can never be isolated from one another religion. There are always the cultural process of assimilation and syncretization between different religious tradition of one particular area, region of any state, mainly in Assam. Assam is situated in the northeastern part of India, is often upheld as land of a unique culture with the presence of practices of different races. In the religious life of Northeast India, there are way process of Hinduization of tribal cults and tribalization to Brahminical tradition, which may be attraction of my discussion. Shaktism and Tantric tradition of this paper. To inquire into this aspect of the early religious development of ancient Assam, historical method is used to taking primary and secondary sources. Secondary sources are basically major works on the early history of region by some established historians. Qualitative and comparative methods are also used to find out the elements of the interaction among different religious traditions. Following the main concept of Shakti cult and Tantric tradition in general, and trying to explore the different aspects of Shaktism and Tantrism of ancient Assam. As a researcher of folkloristics, the viewpoint of my study will be also sociocultural context. Now we go to the papers, geographical and the Shaktical and Tantric tradition of Kamrupa. Now we go to the main geographical part. If it is not mentioned, then it is to be complex to understand. Actually, Northeast India, the ancient religious tradition of Assam, we can conclude from 8th century to 18th century. It is a vast period. And in this, the demographic and geographic pattern, we can see here, you see there, present Assam is only this part. But in 8th century, this land is so extensive, more or less Northeast India. Therefore, Northeast India is located in the foothill of Himalayan, in the eastern range, Himalayan eastern range, you may see it in map. It comprises 8 states, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Sikkim. Northeast India is the land of diverse cultures and ethnicities. The religious tradition, religious history of the indigenous people of this land has a series of development. One different time, different series has come to the formation of religion due to the ethnicity. The religious history of the indigenous people of this land has a development as Aboriginal people who practices their original tribal cults along with the Brahminical and Buddhist religion. Amongst them, in the middle of the time, the Brahminical, say Aryan extreme enters this portion, and from the Himalayan parts, Buddhism has come. Its impact on the Aboriginal people who sense the skin of the religious pattern of the Northeast India. Now I go to next, there is another map. You can see the tribal kingdoms of Assam. In Assam, there are so many tribal kingdoms. At that time, it is not now, at that time, these kingdoms are mainly devoted, they are interested in the taking the nearest land. But in this time, the Aryan has taken the sons. The Aryan who came to the western part of India, and they are appointed as a Brahmin by the different king, they are spending the Aryanization in the places. Now I go to direct the main point of this, my paper. No time will be get. Yeah. The strong evidence of Shakti and Tantric tradition of Assam. Next. Strong evidence of Shaktism and Tantric tradition that we can test from various sources of early period of Kamrupa. That we divide this on this one. The old Shakta temples and ruined relics there, the oral literature of Assam, Assamese and Sanskrit language, Devi Durga stone scripts are found in archaeological excavation at various places, oral and folk songs of Devi Durga, celebration of Durga Puja amongst the present society and tribal, non-tribal. But before I going to say something regarding the Shakti Kamakhya Dham. The history religion has started very ancient period when society was not fully developed in the true sense, early period. From very beginning of tribal people practices their local, okay. The history of Devipith Kamakhya is closely connected with different stages of history of land. Goddess Kamakhya is the most dominant name in the early history of Assam. It was her banner that the first empire in early history of Assam was built. It over her emergence and recognition as the presiding deity of the state, as a presiding deity as a state. In later religious history also centers around her, and goddess recognized as her varied manifestation. Before going to discuss the Shakti cult prevalent ancient Assam with a strong Tantric tradition, we must notice regarding the ancient land and its people of their political scenario. A Tantric tradition, for the Tantric tradition, we can go to the political scenery certainly. We may find the 10 inscriptions ranging from the 7th to the 12th century AD, covering practically the entire Hindu period of Assam history from the 13th century onwards, Assam passed into the hands of the king of the sons, the Ahuma people, the sons Ahuma people, Ahum kingdom, which is called Ahum period. These land grants were ordered by 7 Hindu kings different times. The names of the kings are Bhaskar Burma, Hajra Burma, Banamala Burma, Bala Burma, Ratnapal, Indrapal, Dharmapal. These are ancient kings of before Naraka, before Kamakhya temple, before name of Kamrupa. Kamrupa, though early old name of Assam, but before Kamrupa there is the name of Pragjyotisha. Pragjyotisha is a name. When the name is start, it is the indication of Aryanization of the land, because there is a myth. In Kalika Purana suggests mythological derivation of the foundation of Pragjyotisha. Formerly, according to the myth, formerly Brahma was sitting here, created the star. That is Jyotiha, Pragjyotiha. So the city is called Pragjyotishpura. Sir Gate Anderson, the historian, he tells that Pragjyotishpura may therefore be taken to mean the city of Eastern astrology. The name of interesting in connection with the reputation of the country as always held as a land of magic and incarnation, with the view that it was in Assam that the Tantric form of Hinduism originated. In the Markandeya Puran is found the Pragjyotisha was famous kingdom king Bhagadatta in early times, often mentioned in the Mahabharata. The mythical origin of Kamrupa is narrated in Kalika Purana and the important text early Assam, which dates in the trade of 11th century. I go to direct the Tantric tradition and the Devi with Kamakhya. There is a great tradition of Durga Puja. I bound to mention that Durga Puja also. Last year. Assam is a rich storehouse of Tantric tradition with its oral literature of folk songs, mantras, as well as folk performing arts, Deodhani, Panchali, Path, mainly the Koroti mantra and Dharani mantra are supposed as curative in nature, used against disease which to be caused by spirit. The prevent and the protect of human beings, crops, domestic animals from disease and harmful activities. Dharana mantras are mostly used. The main text of the Shakta Purana, the Tantrism and Shaktism start in Kamrupa, old Kamrupa. They signified, first point is the main text, the Shakta, the main text of the Shakta and Tantric tradition is Kalika Purana and Yogini Tantra, which are created in the Kamrupa. Some written in later part of 19th century. It is written in later part of 9th century. According to the text, Devi remains in every house of Assam, but not elsewhere. Devi Khetrang Kamrupang Vidyate Hoinon Tot Chamam Annata Birola Devi Kamrupa Grihe Grihe. Traditionally, so Assamese people have special respect for the women folks. The stone sculpture also exhibited Durga Puja worship, which bound with Shaktism of Assam. Strong evidence in this respect. We have found ranging from 10-handed to 16-handed Bhadrakali from form of Durga, which are rare treasure of ancient Assam. There is one stone 10-handed Mahishamardini Durga in Dhekiajuli town, which is still being worshipped during Durga Puja. All these images belong to the period from 18th to 12th century AD. Durga Puja during 600 years of Ahom rule. During Durga Puja became more prominent in the hands of some Ahom kings, Kings Sudafa, the Bamuni War in 1997 to 1407. It is start from this, it is increased. Yeah. The Durga Puja is, which is the Calcutta also, Durga Puja is a recognized state festival. In Assam also, now, though Vaishnavism is extended various places, various amongst the people, but the Shaktism as a Durga Puja and Kamakhya temples folk beliefs are present also, same condition. It is running in the people of, people amongst the folk people. But I have seen some photograph within my paper. It is a jantra, you know, everywhere. It is a Brajanimita Manoha Mandir. Manoha Murti is formed with Braja. Next. This is the Kamakhya temple, main temple, and it is the Devi Navi Kunda of Ugratara Mandir. There is another famous temple of Guwahati, it is named Ugratara. This one, the entrance gate of located on the southeast Nilashal Hill, built Ahom kingdom during 18th century. This was gate created, built by Ahom kingdom. And it is another gate also, it is gone. It is another gate, Nilasali. It is this one southeast and this one east, west corner. The two gates made in 18th century. Next. This is the Saubhagya Kunda of Kamakhya temple. Saubhagya Kunda. It is a old rainwater conservative system. These are falls in the earth and the raining myth and so much things to say. Rounding 2 or 3 hours, it may be covered. It is Devi Durga of tribal. Next. It is the Bhubaneswari Mandir, which is situated on the Nilachal Parvat. Kamakhya temple.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for such an elaborate presentation. We have one more paper by Sri Meg Kalyan Sundaramji for this session, and we'll have to break for the lunch. And after the lunch, we have a valedictory session, and all that will the schedule will get disturbed. So, thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah.
It is the paintings of Durga Murti. Its paintings is found in Dorong Rajbankhali of 18th century. Next, it is a Devaloy Murti of Durga found in Koliabor. Next. 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 It is the architecture of first part of 19th century, the residence of priest of Kamakhya, first part of 19th century. It is a Kamakhya temple. Another Kamakhya temple is situated in Shilghat of Nagaon district. This temple idol is here. Next. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for listening patiently. Actually, to so vast area I can cover systematically. It is my next time I
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.